Oh, yeah, Jido.
Hello.
Jido, about you.
Robert.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
So,
Hello.
just waiting. I just said I should just give some more time.
Okay.
In
Yeah.
fact, Tarami Bamini, it was just yesterday. I just got a sad news that made me very distant. I lost
Oh.
my a son-in-law in the UK just yesterday morning.
Ah.
Moshimba to how the wife is coping right now.
Wow.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Mr. Kemo.
Ah. Sorry.
Yeah. How are you, Mr. Kemo? Okay, the sound is just coming up. Elijah Bashir, how are you, sir?
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Oh, great, great. Well done.
Sorry for your loss. I just
Oh,
heard about
yes, yes. So it is just two young people. Two young
that
people.
was a great loss.
Yeah. And she's to round up her master's in September, and that was just the basis that the family had to just move or cross over to go and deal.
Oh my God.
Right. So, but then.
May I also rest in peace.
That's the thing. Good. Fine. So this is 11 minutes. Let's just give some time. We're trying to see how we balance other country and ours, if that will help. I have Kemo's login trying to resolve his sound. Abdullah Kemo is joining us from Sierra Leone. Yeah, so Mr. Jido, how's it been like?
Yeah, sorry, what did not see that?
Yes, I don't know. We're fine.
So sorry about that.
Yes, I was just asking, how is that? When is even the conference this year? NCS? Usually, we're almost there. This is June. This is almost June, rounding up.
Yeah, I think it's either July or June or August. I'm not really sure.
Once we've hit June, the conference is just next.
Yeah, it's either July or August.
It's just next door.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'm trying to confirm this man's sound, Mr. Kemo. His sound is it's just been trying to, it's just saying connecting. I doubt if he's able to speak yet. Today will just be an internal meeting, and so that I can share the AI Labs project's ideology, and letting us know that it is actually for promoters and what people we call the eminent sponsors that we require at this moment. Yes, I have Conte there.
Sorry for coming late. I was having problem with my internet facility.
Yes, no problem. We can see that. Are we not Africans? Yeah. Are we not Africans? Don't worry. I'm sure we'll do better. We still expect our friend from the Gambia. The Honorable Kurang has actually stationed an IT person in the country to over this project. So is Mr. Cisse, and I think he should join us. But then let me just see how we get started, and I think it's just better that we get to communicate. This is almost this is some time that we've been into now. So how are you doing? How is Sierra Leone?
Doing fine, oh,
Okay.
managing.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
and I'm sure, you know, the national call has started there too. I'm sure you're doing some work.
Yeah, for sure. Most definitely.
That's all right. So we've also just commenced that too locally too. Okay, so let me just get started. First, let me say thank you so very much. This whole idea has to do, you can imagine, look at us just meeting here. It looks as if Sierra Leone is just there, you know? So you realize that the entire African continent can be very easy if we are all there to relate and of course collaborate on things to be able to give a meaning to some of all our efforts. But then the synergy makes us to kind of advance things in a much quicker way. Just permit me to start by just sharing a few screens and I'll get into my proper talk. Okay. Okay. Right, some more people. Okay. Okay, I want to start by this report. Let me know if my screen is available. Is my screen available?
Yes.
Oh, great.
Yes.
Okay, great. So I would like, of course, I'll send you, okay, I'm sure we have this on the LinkedIn already. That was a few days ago that LinkedIn had to release this, and I think it makes it a lot easier for speakers, respective speakers to at least make reference to them. This is actually the final position, which was captured at the recent 23rd Info Poverty World Conference at the UN headquarters last April. The final declaration just came out last month, and this is the information we have, which I think it would be better if we can spend some time to go read about it. I think I have it on LinkedIn, and I'm sure I'm happy some of us have even shared some of this. But then in there, you'll be able to have the full text of that presentation. And this full text was actually what gave birth to what I call the Innovation Bed AI Labs. You know, this is actually what gave birth to Innovation Bed AI Labs. And the information there was also to see how my country can also have the opportunity of joining the EU Horizon projects. The EU Horizon project currently has some countries in East Africa, some countries of West Africa, and all that, and they tend to look at how sustainable development is arising from modern technologies, especially by the advancements in AI, have affected or the promotion of our rural agriculture and several other areas and sectors of national economies. And then we've actually made a move for Nigeria to be on the EU horizon. And that was what formed all of this on the Ewa Belt region. And what this does, EWA-BELT is actually an interregional development project of the EU Horizon. So with this, I was able to at least find this true, and you can see every other participant from the other countries, and we'll also find contributions from other countries from this presentation, on that particular page. I will now actually tend to look at my general briefing as to what we plan to do as we have our colleagues across the country. Okay, I've stopped that now, and I see Mr. Conte may still be having an internet problem. Okay, luckily, I see Conte has a problem, and Lami is overtaking him. Mr. Lami, how are you? Mr. Cisse, is your sound okay? Great. Is your sound okay? Can you hear me? Hello, is your sound okay? All right, I guess we'll just get started, or rather we continue. I'm sure if the sound issue, we'll be able to at least get past that. I would like us to look at the general program. Okay. May I know if Mr. Cisse, is your sound okay now? Not to worry. This is being recorded. We can, I think, just get started. The first session was a session where I had to share these contents being acceptable and, of course, featured in the final declaration of the Info Poverty World Conference organized by OCAM at the United Nations, and that was the 23rd edition. We have actually presented most of what we've done on the OCAM platform for more than 10 years, and we're happy at this stage we can engage our brothers to drive this project within the African ecosystem as fast as we can. So today, we will look at the EI Labs, its defense. I may not really go into it. That document I just shared there, and the links will be available for us much later on. I think some of us may have it too. And then we want to look at the need for us to engage eminent sponsors, on this project. I want to describe the entire project, what it plans to do. Then the people that really matter on the ecosystem will be particularly students. The concern of the Innovation-Bed AI labs will be to address the concerns of the vulnerabilities that is facing our undergraduates, young undergraduates currently in the different tertiary institutions across the countries. So, and we try to see how this program will be able to give them that kind of long-term engagement that could transform the various contents and the various educational developments of each and every one of these undergraduates in a manner that carefully solicits sponsorship so that they eventually may not be able to have to spend much on these programs, because AI education in most places, the real crack programs that will deliver and get people to know how they can adapt AI to their local content, their various course of studies, can be very expensive, and we're trying to see how we can crash all this through local sponsorship so that people can begin to benefit. The next, I want to look at the workforce. participants, people obviously from ministries and parastatals of governments. We could also impact with the content that we hope to build on this platform. Then the other very important people will be the AI coach. The coaches are those who actually may have undergone some work with the real and practical usage of artificial intelligence to deliver or rather to actually make impacts with what Nigerians and Africans have been doing over time. And of course, we'll be able to influence the AI development communities globally. And that is, these people will be there to offer, to help in the facilitation of this process across the various cohorts across the countries. And of course, we actually would have a solid secretariat. A solid secretariat will be able to manage this process because we said this project is going to be online, and therefore means that we need a formidable secretariat to be able to manage the educational development programs that this product and platform plans to run. Now, the whole idea of the document I shared earlier stemmed from that same, this was actually what actually gave rise to the declaration that we have just had. And this declaration was actually featured, or we had the opportunity of presenting under the 4th session, which was under the 4th session at the 23rd Info Poverty World Conference just this last April, and the declaration was just out within the week, last week particularly, and that at this point, we're actually considering Nigeria, we are considering Ghana, we are considering Sierra Leone, we are considering the Gambia, we are considering Morocco, we are considering Zambia, and we're also considering Cameroon. We are already also having some other works with some other regions as we go, but then obviously this pilot is a pilot that I've actually tested over several years, and though it's a Nigerian initiative and Nigerian pilot driven, we have actually gotten to this point that we can actually give it a scaling to the other African countries. From here, you may even have the opportunity to access the video sessions of all the presenters, as it were. So our eminent sponsors of the AI Labs project will have that opportunity to join the Innovation Bed Ocam Network brand and participate in future Info Poverty World Conference events at the UN headquarters, especially from 2025. I'm sure between now and 2025, we would have had some ground stories that will require that some of our eminent sponsors will be able to engage, just like we have this opportunity, and we've accessed this opportunity, like I said, for several years, and we are actually a major stakeholder recognized on the Ocam platform, that we feel whatever it is that we're able to do, we should be able to share and show the world what some of us are up to. Right? I may just be like a pioneer some of this, but obviously I can't do it all. I will be doing this in collaboration with several other experts, several other IT ready hands across Africa to achieving this goal. It's not just about myself, it's not about my country alone. And we're going to seek the best ways, to ensure this program sits well across Africa so that we'll be able to give it a proper, acceptance and functionality that we plan to do, and we'll be able to document all this yearly at the UN headquarters on the Ocam Info Poverty World Conference. So we are actually looking at this platform as the first sponsored AI platform for students of diverse disciplines across Africa. Why have we said it must be sponsored? Because one, these undergraduates may not have the capacity and the ability, they will not be able to afford this program. And we try to see how it should be a general program. It may not be a high profit-oriented program, but we try the best that at least our minimal cost and attention and gains will be realized by people who are funding this. And I'm sure in the coming days, once we agree on some stuff or some ideas today, we'll be able to have some cost prices and what is feasible in our subsequent discussions as that is what the platform is actually waiting for now. Myself here in Nigeria, a full of other people to work with me. Mr. Alex Ojo, if he's in, will be operating from the Ghana. And of course, he's also a World Summit Award winner himself. So he knows what it is that these are concerns that people like us can put our heads together to see how we can actually give back to the society. Also from Ghana, we have Larry Atipo, and we hope that Larry Atipo, also a very young person, he runs an NGO, and we should be able to see him also do well. We're expanding the base there in Accra, Ghana. I'm happy to have my friend here, Mr. Conte. Is the UN World Summit Award National Expert for Sierra Leone, and all he's here to do is to see how you can also have this great channel as a major function and process to help Sierra Leoneans who are currently in school, and we need to be able to, transform and assist and make them more inclusive in the AI-powered new world. My friend, Mr. Modu Lamin Sise, I guess his sound may be having an issue, but then I'm sure by now he will recover, whatever it is. I got to know Mr. Modu Lamin Sise from the Honorable Alaji Kurang. He's been an old friend. I remember some years back, I was in Ghana. I was in Zambia. It was a Google session I had to go run on behalf of a Google event in the Gambia. And that's how I got to know, and I'm happy. He's also one prominent person in the Gambia today that hopes to really take this project seriously, and he has graciously offered this standby opportunity and gentleman, Mr. Modu Lamin Sise, to ensure he carries out these projects so that he will be able to make the best of this use in the Gambia. Okay, the idea particularly for the Gambia will be such that Alaji Kurang Mamadi, who will be an eminent sponsor for people and pupils and undergraduates there in the Gambia, if you prepare to pay or give back to the society, especially some of our government people who at one point or the other, they serve certain constituencies and individually, because it may not be very easy to speak with governments and you think government is going to do anything. I particularly actually have them at the bottom of all this thinking. But then the young or great, certain leaders are just there, that they have consciences, that they are still there to be able to offer some help for these younger generations. And we're sure each and every one of them can join us as eminent sponsors, so that this platform, we will be able to build a landing page for each and every one of them as philanthropists who will be able to own, a center of AI development project under the AI labs, and they will be able to get a link that they can share, either for competition, either for contest, either for promotional stuff or marketing, or even in campaigns for some of them who may want to run for government offices. They will see this may be the tools they may want to show their constituencies of what they are doing. Because not just that they've been in government, they want to see how many young people they have empowered and for what purposes. And we think this is a good reason that someone may want to empower younger people to be able to make progress in the course of their education. First is that when an undergraduate is studying in school, most times they regret the courses that they are in school to do. And that is why when they graduate, they will always wish they work in a bank, because they feel the bank and bankers are more prosperous than other professionals. But we're trying to see how we can actually change that paradigm to say that it does not matter what course of study that took you to the school, that actually engaged you in that study. Now, if every course is that important, and you are able to evolve certain mechanisms to take advantage of AI advancements and improve your course of study, you realize that even those people in different courses are nation builders, because it now shows that no course of study is useless. Every course of study has contents that are relevant in nation building. And that is why I'm so happy for someone like Alhaji Kuranga Mamadi from the Gambia, who may be looking at this project for several thousands of undergraduates there in the Gambia. And we'll be able to work with Mr. Sise and of course any other emerging sponsors from the Gambia, so that we can cover the issues of assisting more youths in the Gambia. Okay, and all these things are leveraged on some solid partnership. On one hand, these students that we're able to impact will be riding on certain partnership that we currently have with the Harrisburg University in Dubai. The relationship and strong relationship that we're building with OCAM at the United Nations. And we think, even with these two alone, and with some of us, and also in the Gambia, our very good friend and brother, Ponce, is the World Summit Award National Expert for the Gambia, and is also in for this, and his roles will let him know what he has to play along with you in making this program a success there in the Gambia. Within Nigeria here, one of my, I don't even know how to put it, but then he's a very senior person in the technology field. He was once a lead official and almost head of software engineering at the Sterling Bank before now, and was once, even my own, he had his internship in the early years, many years ago, in my company. And he's also very willing to also own a landing page on the AI Labs to also give back to the society. And this is the kind of thing that this meeting solely is targeting. We need to see this kind of people who want to really have this association with these young ones in school, because we want to know who is doing well, who is even taking advantage, or who is actually leveraging on these AI developments to research, to create more products. And we should also think for the future of such undergraduates. And same way, this platform also has the ability and acceptance to leverage on the networks we have with the Harrisburg University, particularly their new campus in Dubai. And of course, we worked with the Harrisburg University in the US for several years on some of my UN initiative programs. And we think also having people like him have landing pages on promotion and sponsorship on this platform will go a long way to make us to, kind of impact as many millions or thousands of young people from different courses of discipline, And this was the information we had prior to this meeting. And I'm happy to have Mr. Conte here. I'm happy to have Momo Modu Lamin Sise here, and every other member that have joined before now. Okay, Larry Atipo, and of course, Alexander Ojo, the Gambians. And more of this, we have actually created images and contents more for each of the regions, and we'll continue to develop on this. And the scope of what we are doing is that we are actually we're not going to give artificial intelligence for sake of just giving anybody artificial intelligence. We want to give artificial intelligence, and the main purpose of this is to transform each and every course of study. Is to transform each and every course of study. So it is not just the English language of artificial intelligence for which we all speak, and even the AI is already speaking better English than some of us, because when you get into machine modeling and you're getting into generative AI, there are even better languages that now AI is even speaking than humans. So we are really trying to see what course of study are they doing in school, how relevant and how well can they advance these contents and rebuild them for the purpose of being able to create digital services while they are still in school, possibly digital products when they are still in school. And this actually, by the time they step out and they are now owning physical certificates called a degree, they would obviously stand out as, job creators, employers, rather than job seeking. And I think this actually forms the final part of my presentation. So at this point, the whole essence, like I've said, is just to see how in our various regions, we begin to build sponsors. Sponsors that will say, we want to actually support a few students. And right now in the platform, we have a database for all the countries. All your schools are already been mapped. So it is now very easy for you to reach any school in Ghana, any school in the Gambia, any school in Sierra Leone, and we are able to get students from each of those places profiled accordingly on the platform in such a way that if you have a sponsor, the sponsor would be able to say, students that should benefit from the fund to the platform should be of a particular local government, of a particular region in Accra or the Gambia, or anywhere or in Nigeria. They could particularly say that they want undergraduates of a particular course of study, perhaps maybe because he read at actuarial science, he may feel that he wants to give back to the rest of the students who currently are in school and studying actuarial sciences. So these are the kind of flexibilities that this platform will be able to give these players. So I think at this point, I want to see, yes. And of course, this entire data schools data sets, even if you have more, we will try to confirm how we can, see how we do not leave any school opportunity into this opportunity. So I think at this point, I may just want to rest the talks, and I want to just hear your opinion. Permit me to just take on Mr. Larry Atipo, who I'm just identifying now as having joined the program. Mr. Larry Atipo. So Larry, you can unmute yourself. Hello, Mr. Larry, you can unmute yourself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, great to hear. Great to hear from you.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Yes.
Yes. Can we see your face?
For now, I'm somewhere.
Okay. Oh, no problem. Please go ahead. Just go ahead. I know you are very handsome. For that, please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Yeah. I think you have said enough about me already.
Yes.
I'm the founder of Larry Happy Life Foundation. Yes, and in fact, we are very happy that we are part of this innovative platform where we can share our ideas and then our experiences. So I don't have much to say, but I think I'll come back later.
No problem. Thank you so much, Larry. I appreciate that. Modu, Mr. Modu, is your sound okay now? Can you give it a try?
Yeah, good afternoon.
Excellent. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, I'm Modu Lamin Sise, the representative from the Gambia. I've been in touch with Mr. Emmanuel, like he said, through Alaji Mamadi, and we're looking forward to taking this project very forward. It sounds very interesting, and already actually a lot of people are falling for it, and the idea is quite captivating. People are curious and asking already, like, they can't wait for it to start. Hopefully we'll do something amazing. Nice to meet you all.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Modu. I'm sorry for the initial disappointment for sound and all that. But then that is why we are Africans. We always scale it. Abibu, that's a young man that I just connected with recently. Mr. Abibu, are you there? Is your video okay?
Yes, sir, I'm here, sir.
Oh,
Good
great.
afternoon, sir. Good
Great.
afternoon, everyone.
Is your video okay?
No, my video is not okay at
Okay,
the
no
moment.
problems,
I can't use my...
Okay, you just heard about this project recently. What do you think? What can you think? You are also someone that is just of the educational system. What do you just think about it? What do you think about the project?
Well, every time I think about it, it is always it always gives me joy. It always gives me a sort of pride that I'm even part of it to begin with. Because like you said, I just got out of the educational system. I was an undergraduate. I was studying mechanical engineering, and I just graduated early this year. So, and my final year project happened to be in machine learning and artificial intelligence, applying it to mechanical engineering. So for me, seeing this platform now, seeing this foundation, taking this kind of step, it gives me joy that people who are in higher institutions, people like me, who had no idea how to combine their love and interest in technology and software programming, software engineering with their course of studies, mechanical engineering, actuarial sciences, accounting, anything they are studying. So for me to see this kind of opportunity being presented to other students, it gives me joy and pride to be part of it and to be among the people who are ushering in the new age in African education generally. So I'm very proud, and it's a very captivating project, like Mr. Brother Modi said.
Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. For me, the feeders I get, the feedbacks I get, has made me to do this, and I've done this for almost 17 years now. And at this stage, we will not be on the drawing board. We're on the field. At this stage, this project is on the field. I'm no longer on the drawing board. I will perhaps not be happy to just return back to the United Nations next year. We must be going there from the output from our field work. And that is what I plan to promote. And I'll at least be having a handful of eminent sponsors that will be doing this. Maybe when we're doing this, some government from somewhere can see what we are doing. Because, for one thing about government is that if you're not on their political propaganda, you don't go far. And that's the last I want to do. And I'm sure my brother here, Mr. Jido, understands me better. People who want to breach government and myself, I love other people that can actually relate with them, because I don't think I have, because they really can really put some. Unfortunately, in some other countries, like we've spoken about Mamadi Kurang, is into government. This was a human being, but there are so many human beings who have gone into government, and you don't have them back as human beings in thinking. And this is why I sometimes have had the kind of stance I've had, and I had to go the way I have gone. Mr. Jido, how did you see the position? I think maybe this may be the first time you may be also getting a feel of what this project is all about, away out and outside from the World Summit's progress and process.
Yes, good afternoon, everybody. It's great to be here. Like Mr. Amos has said, I've been associated with the World Summit process for some time. It's a great initiative, and I see it, based on your question, I see it as a natural development, because you are aspiring that by the next time you go, you have something to show. So it's like you are building on what you have been doing. Yeah. So I mean, the effort is certainly worth it, and I think that it's a question of making sure that there is coordination and the efforts are quality efforts. But I think that is kudos to you. Kudos to, I mean, you are getting a lot of the participants themselves have said that the word is in, and one of the students I listened to.
Yes, I mean, from the students' point of view, that's why I'm happy. I'm happy to have them on board. Thank you so very much, Mr. Jido.
Thank you so much.
And this meeting really, because it was an internal meeting, it's a business meeting, and it wasn't like an external or general program for the community. But I'm sure from time we can now actually have a general community programs where external the public can actually be with us. But this is still at the time that we are still developing, we are still evolving it. And the next I want to do is to give you an idea of the platform. It may not be online at this stage yet now, but in terms of content, data, that is the stage I am gone now. And we plan that by next month, we should be able to open up this platform for countries to begin to register. Students from the various universities will be able to begin to have their profiles on, and when you have profiles on, students will be able to buy courses, or seek for grants on courses. Because if you have a grant, like in the Gambia, a funder's fund is available and he has defined his form to suit your profile. You will be able to click and seek for grants and you get that grant. Otherwise, it will be meant for people for which the grant covers. And that is the need and the idea for multiple sponsors. So I want to just give you a feel of the application environment. The developer isn't feeling too fine, but then I'm sure the last time he was actually the one that undertook. I can actually just give a fair idea of the platform, which I'll just share briefly with you now. Right. Project-wise, this is what it means and what it feels like. We're going to have we're actually going to have, you know, participant regions, hackathons, you know, certain inroad or so, landing stuff to certain partners and all of that. But then for now, the general information will be such that we hope to, you know, reserve a lot of things for the front page of this profile. Like I said, we are still running this from its development URL right now that we just prepared for this meeting. And this is an idea of what we're going to get. So that students or eminent sponsors, anytime we have an eminent sponsor confirmed on the platform, we will have to market, we will have to advertise such a sponsor. So on the landing page, on the home page, we're going to have records of all our sponsors. Everything in this database will be cleared and prepared for live use. Right now, they're just for trials. The developer working on this is still working because there are still several ideas coming up, and we will be satisfied once he's able to put some of the additional things and thoughts that we have added. So that in here, for instance, this will be a link that will take you to the landing page of a particular sponsor, an eminent sponsor. That is where you'll be able to know how much this person, if he wants it disclosed or not, and of course, beneficiaries who have used his funds, so that it is actually to him, he's happy to say that, oh, the lives of these people, and we can actually begin to show the performance of these students. He should be on top of these students, which he can, from time to time, even be communicating to see how well they are faring and how it can possibly also promote their well-being and their future interest in the labor markets and things like that. So we're trying to see how that student should have some people who care for them outside, and they're able to bridge some of the difficulties they have with the general public and even the future labor market, for which we think if they are properly looked after, they should begin to build their various labor, because the labor market is no longer anywhere anymore, and the jobs are not coming back unless the jobs that you are able to create. And here, all courses created and available will be available here, and particularly the popular ones. Like we could have popular courses, we could have general courses. There are courses that are general, so every student on their profile will be able to see all general courses that have been scheduled by any faculty. So the general courses, you can take and join them. And of course, there are some courses that may be meant for a particular faculty. Some courses are designed and meant for a particular faculty. All those courses will be available on the portal for such people whose course relates with that particular faculty, and so on. Like someone here is an engineer. If it's actually strictly meant for engineers, you will not have such AI course available on the on the portal of perhaps the economics undergraduates and so on and so forth. And then the people who actually can register here are one, the students, two, the certified AI coaches, and the eminent sponsors. The eminent sponsor will be able to give himself a profile and a bio. And this bio and profile will turn to a landing page that he can actually use anytime to communicate, to share of what himself, because himself is a promoter and himself should be able to share what he's able to use, what he's able to do on the AI labs. So the landing page, I could actually kind of customize it to reflect the person, to reflect what is doing. His philanthropy, his philanthropic program will be reflected totally, and all the beneficiaries will be able to share all of that. So, like for instance, looking at the data, say from the students, now you will be able to register your name on the platform. Like in Nigeria, identity is very important. Your national identity is very critical. We need this information not for any other thing, because we want to be sure, because you'll be funded, you'll be in a scholarship somebody somewhere is granting for what you are doing on the platform. So we should need to be able to report you are not a ghost as having benefited. So this is why identity will be very important on this project. Now, you look at the local government, the areas that is, if I say, let me say, if I say a particular local, a particular area, say GAM, let me see. Okay, I may not have been pointed to that. I think I'll change that. So like in Nigeria, for instance, because I'm referencing as a Nigerian, I'll be able to see all the local government areas in my place. Now, if I go there, I will be able to see, okay, of course, I can state whether male or female. I'll be able to see the various courses, say economics, the various course of discipline is all available. And you will need, like we said, a number, a social security number. I don't know what happens in other countries, but somehow it must be something that we'll be able to get and evaluate its try to authenticate before we can grant certain facilities going forward, even with your profile. So you having to prove some things on the profile for you to be able to reach out to some of these things may be very important, so that people don't just create dummy accounts and try to toy with the platform, as the case may be. And I think these are some of the basic things that would happen there. And the other will be saying, as a certified coach, all the coaches will also have a profile. All the coaches will have a profile. Coaches will be involved with scheduling programs for students. And coaches can be anywhere. Don't forget that this is a 100% virtual program. And because it's affecting undergraduates, we have decided to span their programs for a long term. What perhaps they want to cover in a week or two, where some people have done a week or two's program and they've charged them a lot of money, we should try and spread their program for not less than 3 months and put them in such a manner that they should be able to repeat their programs. They should be able to repeat their programs, perhaps maybe if they have missed their classes. So it should be a major long-term asset. Like as it is now, students will be able to either miss a class and go back to study, go to read, or study their past classes, because past classes are recorded and you can always go back to your profile if you miss the class, and you can go there and view the video because of the class. If a class ever was recorded, if a class was ever scheduled and the class was held, there will always be a video for that class, and that video for that class is always in your profile. So you can always go back to your missed classes. Before the class is a class, video link, but after the class is now a recorded class. These are the realities. And these assets and resources will be available on their portal for the long term. And this will always be things that will directly relate with what they are doing in school. And that is the change or the difference that we're talking about as in the style of this program. So that I don't say too much, this is an idea of the AI labs, and this is supposed to be a long-term engagement with the students, you know, and we will also be working with the partners that we have from either the Harrisburg University or some other institutions, as the case may be, because we now have opportunities to even reach out to other institutions, you know, so that this can actually give them a more lifelong kind of program. I mean, kind of engagement to ensuring that we can actually manage these people as to the best of our knowledge, at least. So I think this is just the final stage and the summary. Oh, I now have Mrs. Igbine. How are you, madam?
I'm fine. I'm good. I just saw this link shared.
You just saw it.
Yes, I joined.
You've always been there a long time. I know I had to just
Sir.
share, and the video will be available actually.
Please.
Though at this stage we had to really go down to relate with very serious-minded people, and we are talking with the promoters directly. And it's important for you to actually watch the video, madam, because I know this. You've been part of these discussions a long time ago, but then for me, we will always research and research and research. We feel this is the best way we can go this project at this stage, so that I would be also available for any feedbacks from you, because I know you've been there a long time, and I'm sure your words would also help. In the house today, I have my partners from Gambia. I have also partners from Ghana, and we had a friend also from Sierra Leone. This will be leaders from those countries, and we hope we'll drive because it's actually an African project. It's not about me. I really want serious-minded people who will just take this and go to play with it, and that's the final stage. Perhaps maybe I will just engage you, madam, so that I don't overflog our timing. So thank you so very much for your attendance. Let me just take my passing and final comments from the Gambia. Mr. Modu Lamin.
Yeah, this Lamin here.
Yes, I mean, your final words. Let's just part and we'll share and talk, engage more further.
Oh, yeah. I'm saying I actually have a slight question.
Yes, please.
If you want to get more details that we can post to that we can share with the eminent sponsors, would we have something like that, like more information?
Very well,
we can share
excellent. Thank you,
especially regarding the cost structure. Whenever I bring up the question, most of them will ask, like, how is the cost structure, like how much would they spending for students?
Yeah, we will. Yeah. I think on the cost structure, we'll look at. I'm sure we'll be doing this at the country level. We'll be able to do this at the country level, and frankly, Alhaji Kurang will be able to assist us in this area. You'll be able to assist us in this area. We'll be able to have a country level discussion so that it can actually help us at that level to see what is actually workable. It is in Ghana, and it will be in in Sierra Leone. Nigeria, of course, that's my core. We'll be able to deal, but to be frank with you, it shouldn't be for a lot of profit. It should be for how much and how many more people that we're able to impact, which is critical. You understand me?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, but we'll relate more at that level. Your passing words, Mr. Jidor, help us for a closure. Hello, you can unmute yourself, Mr. Jidon.
Hello.
Yeah, can I pass the closure, sir?
Yeah. Problem with my connection.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so I think this is a very educative session. The the next steps are what we now be looking forward to, so that we can actually move on from there. You have laid a solid foundation, and thank you for the time well spent. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you so very much. And the students, do I say you are the student leader? Habibulai?
Yes, sir.
You are the student leader. Your
I'm here,
parting
sir.
words.
Well, I'd like to say that I hope we can all come together eventually and make this platform propel Africa in general, propel Africa as a whole to places we never dreamed of, places beyond our wildest imaginations. Because we are only seeing the beginning. We only know where we are and where we want to live. We know we don't like the current state we are, we want to improve, but we don't know how far that improvement can be. We have no idea how wild the improvement can go. So I hope we're able to drive this and hopefully raise others along the line who would also assist us. Because as much as this platform is how do I say, revolutionary in a way, I don't believe that we have the capacity at the moment to do it alone. So I hope along the line we are going to pick up people who would help us to give us that strength that we need and the resources to push it up as much as is required. So thank you very much, sir. I'm very grateful again for the opportunity.
Thank you so much, Habibulai. Thank you so much. And I'm happy to also connect you with Roland. Before now, this project has become pretty costly, and I'm trying to see, it's not even about the cost, but I want to get what is workable. At least it should just be the taste I want for Africa, and that is why. And I'm happy that I've linked you up with the developer, so we also will join at that development end together in due course to fast track things. And at the same time, make our strategic engagements, at least for going live soon. Thank you so very much, everyone.
Yes,
Mr. Larry, any comments from Ghana?
From me, it's goodbye, everyone.
Oh, thank you, madam. Mr. Larry, Larry Atipo from Ghana. Your sound is muted. Okay, we'll believe perhaps is engaged in some other stuff. So thank you so very much, everyone. This video will be available, at least for all of us here, and we'll be able to engage further. Thank you so very much. Have a proper and merry weekend. Happy weekend, and happy Salah for some of us currently on holidays. I would continue with our friend Conte.
Yes, happy Salah, happy weekend.
Yeah, merci, thank you. We would also continue with Conte. He was having a network issue. I was even thinking his own network will beat that of Modu Lamin. But Modu Lamin became the champion and knocked him off. Modu, thank you so much. Please, my regards to Alhaji Kurang. We'll relate later. Thank you.